What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by saying caught again, another one. I guess another one, because tonight we are going to talk about the breaking news today that Diddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Sean John, aka Sean Diddy Combs, has been sued again by another alleged uh, survivor, victim, however you want to look at it. And let's get into it while the intro plays.
Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rain do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh now they know us. See it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jacks. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ay.
All right, I needed a little extra time. I'm trying to cue everything up. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for the show today, but I did see that there was breaking news regarding the new alleged victim of, or survivor, I like to say, survivor of Sean Diddy Combs. And this victim or survivor, I'm sorry, unlike most of the others, with the exception of Cassie, has actually come out publicly, shown her face, and did a press conference this earlier today with Gloria Allred, who is known to be an advocate for protecting women, an advocate usually when these sort of cases come up, when someone wants a high-powered attorney behind them of women, they tend to go to Gloria Allred. And this is one of the things that she does. She does a press conference. She gets a lot of attention on it. I'm not sure if this stuff ever really goes to trial. That part I don't really know. I know that there was a Netflix special on Gloria Allred maybe 2 years or so ago, and it was really, really good because honestly, because of the fact that we tend to only see her in these high-profile situations, and then they seem to kind of go away. I kind of thought she was like an ambulance chaser or a clout chaser, basically, clout chasing attorney. But when you hear about her history and the fact that she's been fighting for women and women's rights since she was in college, you see that it really isn't, she's definitely a professional. She's a public figure and all that. And she played a game, but you can see that it is legitimate for her. And I don't want to misspeak, but I almost think that she may, I just can't remember 100%, but I think she also may be a survivor as well. So anyway, I did know that the complaint came out, a detailed complaint. We're not going to read that tonight. I'm just getting back in town late last night and then had things to do today. So I'm still a little tired, but I knew I needed to come to y'all with this. So maybe tomorrow we can go through the complaint, etc., and talk about some other things. But today, what I wanted to do was talk about what we know as of today, an overview of what's in the complaint, and then also watch the press conference and talk about the additional person who was implicated in this, which is Diddy's bodyguard. And we're going to dig a little bit into what we know about him. So this is him. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to start with an article from, and we may do a couple of them, but we have CNN who put out an article earlier this afternoon where they said a woman accused music mogul Sean Diddy Combs and his bodyguard of drugging and attacking her in 2001 and filming the attack. So that's the other piece of this. They filmed it. According to the lawsuit filed on Tuesday in federal court in New York, Thalia Graves alleged that she met Combs when she was 25 through her boyfriend who worked at Combs' record label Bad Boy. Around the summer of 2001, while in a vehicle with Combs and Joseph Sherman, his bodyguard and head of security, she accepted his offer of a glass of wine and began feeling lightheaded, dizzy, and physically weak, the lawsuit states. We know now, since we've been around a little bit, this exposing of Diddy, dismantling of Diddy has been around a minute. We know that this is pretty much his MO. So it goes on to say she lost consciousness and later awoke naked in a studio in Manhattan with her hands tied behind her back, the lawsuit states. Combs came into the room and R-worded her, and he smashed her head into a pool table as she tried to resist, according to the lawsuit. Sherman, the bodyguard, essayed her as she came in and out of consciousness, the lawsuit stated. At a news conference on Tuesday alongside Gloria Allred, Graves spoke through tears about how the alleged assault had damaged her physically and emotionally. So we're going to watch this in a minute, so stay tuned for that. She was quoted as saying, the combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it's so hard to break free, she said. She was also quoted as saying, I wanted to continue on this journey towards recovering and healing. I'm glad he's locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief. So then let's check out another article. This one is from, what's this from? Oh, the Huffington Post. Their title is Sean Diddy Combs, Bodyguard. Let me, I can share this. My buttons, I don't know what's happening. I'm clicking and things aren't happening. Okay, here we go. Makes it a little larger. Okay, I don't know what's happening, y'all. Okay, never mind. I'm making it larger. I tried. So this one is titled, oh, now I want to do it. Oh, Lord. It must be my computer being delayed. Sean Diddy Combs and Bodyguard R-worded a woman in 2001, sold and shared the video, the suit says. So that last article, that's why I like to read multiple articles, because the last article did not even mention the fact that the assault was recorded by Diddy and then shared and showed to other people, and the bodyguard sold it. So this article says a woman accused Sean Diddy Combs and his bodyguard of rugging and assaulting her in the summer of 2001 and disturbing footage of the alleged crime, according to a graphic lawsuit filed in New York City on Tuesday. Thalia Graves' lawsuit added to the litany of the litany of R and abuse claims against the media mogul, and comes after his recent arrest in New York City and charges of trafficking and racketeering. Graves, who was 25 in 2001 and dated one of Combs' employee and executive at Bad Boy Records, claimed that Combs requested a meeting with her to discuss her boyfriend's performance. What kind of foolishness is that? Why is your significant other's boss having a appraisal review meeting with you? That's not how that works. First red flag. And I'm not blaming. I'm victim blaming over here. But I'm just saying. Gaslighting. Upon arrival, Combs offered Graves a glass of wine, which she presumes was spiked because she soon felt lightheaded, dizzy, and physically weak after just a few sips. Then he and the bodyguard Joseph Sherman, also known as Big Joe, took her to the Bad Boy studio in New York City, where she eventually lost consciousness and the R word occurred, the lawsuit said. According to the 26-page complaint, when Graves regained consciousness, she was naked and bound at the wrist by what felt like a grocery bag. Wow. When Graves screamed for help, Sherman slammed Graves' head against the pool table and Combs entered the room naked. Graves, who was 4 feet 11 inches tall at the time and weighed 103 pounds, claimed in the lawsuit that Combs lubricated his phallus, bent her over the pool table, causing her feet to be lifted off of the floor, and sodomized her. When she tried to escape his grasp, the suit says he would smash her head onto the pool table. This is horrible, y'all. Trigger warning. I'm sorry, y'all. Trigger warning for any of you who may be sensitive to this sort of information. You might want to skip this part. During the brutal attack, plaintiff vomited, meaning Diddy, vomited onto her mouth on the table. That's not Diddy. I'm sorry. During the brutal attack, plaintiff vomited into her mouth on the table. At one point, she involuntarily defecated. Combs was undeterred. He wiped himself off and applied more lubricant, and without any knowledge of plaintiff's distress, proceeded to vaginally penetrate plaintiff, and the complaint continue adding that Graves again lost consciousness as Combs assaulted her. So when he violated her, he started with the backside and she lost control over her bowels, and then he moved to the front. Disgusting. It's so, oh my God, he deserves everything he gets. Because I'm at the point, I know we saying alleged, we know alleged victim, alleged this, alleged that. I get that. But all these people ain't lying. All these people ain't lying. And it's so graphic, the stuff they're saying. When she regained consciousness, she had been moved to the couch, and Sherman stood in front of her unclothed. He slapped her and forced his penis into her mouth. Then he did it again, and Graves lost consciousness again. Horrible. Y'all know this ain't about sex, right? Y'all know this is power. Because you got to keep in mind, people with this much money, you know, the world is their oyster. He could, even the ugly one, the bodyguard, he could have a lot, hundreds, if not thousands of women in their local vicinity who would do whatever, men and women, because, you know, Diddy, men and women who would do whatever. So it ain't about the act. It's about the control. It's about taking someone and being able to manipulate them in that way, and then against their will, do whatever you want. It's that power piece of it. This is why these people can't be free. When she next awoke, she was alone, in extreme pain, and felt liquid dripping from inside her. Oh. She quickly got dressed and fled, calling a driver her family was familiar with to pick her up. The driver tried to convince Graves to be tested for evidence of R-wording, but she was shaken and crying hysterically and terrified of what Combs would do to her and her family if she reported him, according to the complaint. And we've talked about this before because we have had some people questioning why they just saying something now, why they didn't say something back then. Well, everybody was afraid. He had a lot of power back then still. Today is not the same. Today, they are actually protected. Today, people are actually listening to them. Today, people are actually giving them the benefit of the doubt. Today, people are actually believing them. Today, people are taking a more compassionate approach to these stories. That's why they're speaking out today and not a decade, 2 decades ago. Graves claimed that her Graves claimed that her then boyfriend convinced her not to report, oh, Jesus, the R word, since it could hurt his career. You are lying to me. So I'm assuming she broke up with him right in that moment. In the aftermath of the assault, Graves says she suffered from depression, anxiety, panic, and unaliving thoughts, and often moved around to avoid living near Combs. She also claimed that Combs and Sherman threatened her multiple times, including saying she'd lose custody of her son to deter her from reporting the alleged crime. Last November, Graves' ex-boyfriend told her that Combs and Sherman recorded and published the alleged crimes, an act often described as revenge P. The suit alleges that Sherman, who was the founder of Rhymes and Dimes, a company that sells P, adult happy fun time content, and Combs, had a pattern and practice of non-consensual recording women engaging in S acts and making those videos available to the public, including by selling the tapes as P. So then, okay, I got to watch some words. We're not on Patreon. And then the Negro has a company where he's likely selling a lot of these videos. And the people who are watching this and not reporting it. All right, y'all. Oh, Jesus, this is a lot, y'all. Okay, so this press conference, I never read these entire articles. I just kind of skimmed. I knew where they were going. Oh, that's a lot. That's heavy. Okay, so next we're going to actually watch the actual press conference from earlier today from the latest survivor and Gloria Allred. Here's this it. This is it. Okay. Share. Let's do this as well. All right. Copyright disclaimer, all that good stuff. For fair use, research purposes, all that. All right. Now let's get into it. Let me know how the sound is, y'all. We get to the copy.
Recording in progress.
Thank you for coming today. I'm attorney Gloria Allred, and with me is our client, plaintiff Thalia Graves. Today we filed a lawsuit in the United States District Court, Southern District of New York, for our client, plaintiff Thalia Graves, who is given permission to use her name. The case number of the 26-page complaint is 1:CV-07-201. In her lawsuit, Thalia, through her attorneys, sues Sean Diddy Combs, also known as the defendant, and another individual and other entities. The complaint alleges in part in the first cause of action that defendant Combs and another defendant committed a, quote, violation of New York City Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act by viciously and violently forcing sexual contact, oral sex, and sexual intercourse on the plaintiff, end quote. In addition, the complaint alleges in the second cause of action that defendant Combs and another defendant committed a violation of New York civil rights law, quote, section 52-B, end quote, by, quote, raping plaintiff and recording it. Defendants caused plaintiff to be depicted in a video image, unclothed and with intimate body parts exposed, and engaged in sexual conduct with another person. end quote. The lawsuit also alleges that, quote, defendant Combs and another defendant published and or disseminated the videos without plaintiff's knowledge or consent. On information and belief, defendants have continued to disseminate the video, including by selling it as pornography through the present, end quote. In our complaint, we ask that, quote, defendants should be ordered to account for and destroy all copies of the video that are in their actual or constructive possession, custody, or control, end quote. And that, quote, defendants should be temporarily and permanently enjoined from further disseminating or publishing any intimate videos of plaintiff, end quote. We also allege in the third cause of action that Combs and another defendant committed a violation of New York City Administrative Code, Section 10-180, quote, recording and showing others the video of themselves violently raping the plaintiff. And the defendants disclosed an intimate image of plaintiff without her consent, end quote. As a result of these and other allegations in our complaint, we request that judgment be entered against defendants as follows. Awarding compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm in an amount to be determined at trial. Awarding punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Awarding attorney's fees and costs pursuant to any applicable statute or law, including under New York City Administrative Code, Section 10-1104, New York Civil Rights Law, Section 52-B2, New York City Administrative Code, Section 10-180, and any other applicable statute or law. We're also seeking additional relief that the court may deem just and proper. As a result of what is alleged in the lawsuit, Thalia alleges that she has suffered and continues to suffer, among other damages, emotional harm, including mental anguish, emotional distress, humiliation, and physical damage. In a few minutes, Thalia will speak to the impact and harm that she has suffered and continues to suffer. She will take this courageous step because she thinks that it is important that the public understand the impact that rape and other criminal acts have on those who have been victimized. Often victims do not speak publicly about the specific damages that criminal acts cause them. Some of the many reasons that victims do not speak out publicly about this include being ashamed or shamed for this. But we believe that victims should not be shamed, and instead those who committed the criminal acts against them should be ashamed and take responsibility for the harm that they have caused victims to suffer. We are very proud of Thalia for speaking out today in order to help victims of rape and other acts of sexual violence against them. In addition, we thank our co-counsel, Marianne Wang, Heather Gregoria, and Jasly Liriano for their exceptional legal work on this complaint. Our goal for Thalia is very simple. We want justice for her, and we are looking forward to winning it. It is long overdue for those who have caused her to suffer to be held accountable.
Mhm.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words. It goes beyond just physical harm caused by and during the assault. It's a pain that reaches into your very core of who you are and leaving emotional scars that may never fully heal. Some of the hardest parts of this pain are the shame and the guilt I have experienced that plays a negative part in my day to day ability to function properly. Being blamed, questioned, and threatened has often made me feel worthless, isolated, and sometimes responsible for what happened to me. My family issues made the pain even worse. I was already going through a divorce at the time of the assault and did not get the support that I needed. I was also faced with disbelief and judgment. This has put a strain on my selection of men and relationships, where many relationships became aggressive and abusive, which has made me feel even more alone in my struggles. I go through spells of being distant and withdrawn that it's sometimes so hard to leave my house. The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health. I've had PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I'm emotionally scarred. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin. Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle. I also suffer with physical problems such as chronic pain, sexual discomfort. The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Mm.
Thalia is not going to be taking any questions. I'll be happy to take some questions.
Cora, can you talk about the context of this assault? What, where, when, what occasion?
Question is, can I speak about the context of this alleged assault? No.
Gloria, can you just speak on, I know it's difficult for your client going through this, but what prompted her to come forward now?
It was time to file this lawsuit.
Gloria, what do you know about the video that was allegedly recorded during the alleged?
Question is, what do I know about the video that was recorded?
Yeah, what do you know? Where is it now? Is it still? Where is the video?
There are many details in the complaint.
Gloria, do the
Complaint alleges that it was taken with
I'm like, Gloria, like, only asked me the questions. She's not answering questions. She kind of like ain't really answering the questions. We'll see how much more we'll listen to this.
without her knowledge and consent, that she wouldn't have consented, that it was then published and viewed by others. And may still be out there being viewed.
Gloria, do the allegations in this complaint overlap in any way with the criminal charges against Mr. Combs?
The question is, does this complaint overlap with the criminal charges that have been filed? My understanding of the criminal charges are that the charges are sex trafficking, RICO, and transportation of a prostitute. We are not alleging any of those criminal charges in our complaint.
Has she been in touch with federal prosecutors at all?
Question is, have I been in touch
Has you or your client been in touch with federal prosecutors about allegations?
about this? I have no comment.
Lori, what about a grand jury?
Pardon me?
Grand jury, federal prosecutors, or grand jury, has Ms. Graves spoke to either?
Is the question, has she testified before the grand jury? Is that the question? Let's put it this way. I never comment on whether any of my clients have testified before the grand jury or will testify before the grand jury, since the grand jury is a secret proceeding.
Gloria, this other defendant in the video, alleged defendant, is this a celebrity?
Is the other defendant alleged to be in the video? And what was the remainder of your question?
Is that person, that alleged defendant, is that person a celebrity?
Is the person that has not been named by me a celebrity? Not as far as I know.
I might have missed what I understand the question, is the other person a celebrity? But what are they talking about? I must have missed that part because I was multitasking. So is she saying a celebrity was involved in something related to this, or let me know what I missed? I'm confused at why this is a question.
Gloria, as disturbing as the video may be, have you yourself laid eyes on the video?
Am I the only one struggling to hear this too? Like, I'm really struggling. I know the reporters aren't on mic, but I'm even struggling to hear her responses.
Have I looked at the video? No. I have not viewed the video, nor do I wish to view the video, nor should anyone else view the video, with the exception of if law enforcement and a court believe that they should and are permitted to view a pornographic video as evidence in the case. If they have it, then that would be it.
Gloria, just to be clear,
We don't.
Now I'm just stopping because this part a little boring, but I still want to get through it because I want to know if something worthwhile comes out of these questions. But okay, so Saint Center is saying they wanted to know if the other person involved was a celebrity. However, I thought, again, I was in and out like multitasking, so I missed a little bit of what some of the stuff that, especially when Gloria was talking. But I thought they had made it clear that the other person was the bodyguard, and he is not a celebrity. So I'm confused by the question. He may be a public figure on some level because he was next to Diddy. Like, people may know who he is, but he's not a celebrity. So I thought they made it clear that the other individual was the ex-bodyguard. So then I'm still kind of confused, but okay, I'm confused. Because they named the person. They literally named him. Legal name and street name.
Don't ever view pornographic videos, even if they might end up being evidence in the case. And we do not transmit any such video, if we have it, to any other person, because we do not think it is permitted under the law.
Gloria, Elizabeth Wagmeister from CNN.
Would you please speak up? It's hard to hear you.
Yes, sorry, I'm back here and a bit short. In the complaint, you noted that your client learned about this video in November 2023. That is around the time of the first public lawsuit, at least, against Sean Combs from his ex-girlfriend Cassie. I'm curious how you and your client learned about the existence of this video.
You're saying that this incident is alleged to have occurred about the time of another lawsuit having been filed? I'm sorry, I can't understand your question.
Per the complaint, this alleged incident occurred in 2001, but your client learned about the existence of the video in 2023, more than 20 years after. I'm curious how she learned about the existence of that video.
Yeah, so the question is, she alleges that the incident took place in 2001, but you are saying that it is alleged in the complaint that was filed that she learned about it in 2022. And then the question is, how did she learn about it? We have no comment in response to that question.
Gloria, has Diddy reached out to your client?
Excuse me?
Has Diddy reached out to your client?
Question is, has Diddy reached out to her? We will not comment on that either.
Gloria, I know this is very difficult for your clients, but would you be able to share a little bit of her background? Where did she come from? Or what did she do? Can you give us some details about your client?
That ain't smart to go. I definitely don't think Gloria's gonna answer this question, because giving her background too much, especially too much of the background, ain't gonna do nothing but allow her to be in a position to be doxxed by supporters of Diddy and stalkers and all that stuff. So I doubt she's answering this one.
No, I can't provide further details about where she came from or what she does.
Gloria, to your knowledge, has any law enforcement agency reviewed this video for possible criminal charges?
So is the question, has any criminal law enforcement, has any law enforcement agency
Viewed the video for possible criminal
viewed
charges?
the video? I'm not able to answer that question.
Your client says that she was threatened after this alleged attack. Can you elaborate on those threats?
Question is, can I elaborate on the allegation that she was threatened after the attacks? And no, because really I'm not able to comment on or expand upon any evidence or anything that might have evidentiary value at this time.
Lori, there's an allegation in the lawsuit that the video was made available for sale. Can you elaborate on that? And does Mr. Combs?
There's an allegation that the video was made available to whom?
For sale?
That was made available for sale.
That's new. There have been other accusers, other women who have said that they believe they were filmed and that the videos were shared, but I think this might be the first complaint allegation that the video was made available for sale somehow.
I have not compared what we have alleged in the lawsuit to what others have previously alleged in their lawsuits. So I can't tell you whether this is the first that has alleged that this video was made available for sale or not.
Would Mr. Combs be involved in that alleged sale?
Yeah. There are no other details that we can provide
So you
in
filed,
reference to the videos.
so you filed it today.
I understand reporters' jobs are to ask questions with no regard to the law or what's good information for them to share versus what's not good information for them to share. I understand that piece, but some of this just ain't going to be disclosed because it could potentially interfere with the criminal proceedings or even civil in this particular case. I'm starting to think, though, that when they confiscated all of the video footage and, you know, all the stuff out of Diddy's houses, that they probably got these tapes. And they're probably, if there's thousands of bottles, at least 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, there's probably at least 20,000 videos based on how much stuff is coming out in these parties for decades. There's probably a lot of this stuff is probably already in evidence with the FBI. The masters of these videos. And now the question is, was Diddy also partnering with his bodyguard to run the company that made the P Happy Adult Fun Time videos of tragic events, obviously? You never know.
Yes, the lawsuit was filed this morning. And we have a case number, which I have provided, and we will pass around and provide my statement, which includes the case number. And this is part of the first page of the complaint. So you want to stand up? And there is a redaction on what we're showing you. So just to tell you.
And to your right, please.
Some of this do be for like clicks and views for the clout of it all. But I do believe Gloria Allred is doing real work as well. But some of this stuff be cringy. Why y'all gotta stand up and hold the cover of the civil? It ain't even really the whole thing. It's just the I guess the title top part of it. Why y'all gotta do all this, huh? She got a big ass ring on her hand though. What's her name? I forgot her name. Thalia. I don't want to. Thalia Graves. Look at that big ass ring, y'all.
This is the first page.
It's so many pieces too. It's like this been added to.
In part and redacted.
She married well. She married real well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I know this totally off. 4 rings. Y'all know how my brain is. 4 rings.
Thalia, to your left, please.
Pardon me?
Thalia on your right, if you both can look this way. Thank you. And right below her.
Oh.
So we might, for those who gonna go, it's about the money, it's about money. She want to make money, she want to be rich. She obviously ain't doing too bad. So it ain't just about the money.
And one more this way, please.
and I'll leave this on the table.
Gloria, there's a few networks here that are Spanish speaking. We're wondering if your client might be able to give us statement in Spanish. You speak Spanish?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I cannot understand your question.
After you're done with the English section of the press conference, if your client speaks some Spanish, we should be able to give us a few words in Spanish.
No,
Would
she
she
can't.
please pronounce her name on camera just so we have the correct?
You wanna pronounce her name?
Thalia Graves.
Thalia.
Thank you.
Miss Gloria, are you in contact with the person who told your client about the video described in the lawsuit?
We cannot disclose who we're in contact with in order to have investigated this claim or any investigation that may ensue after this press conference.
Gloria,
I want to add that if any other person has any evidence that might relate to our complaint, we, of course, would be happy to speak on a confidential basis with any person who may wish to contact us and provide us whatever evidence they wish to provide, and we would thank them for it.
Your client has said that she suffered years and years of trauma, depression, anxiety because of this alleged attack. Did she come to you after the indictment last week? I'm asking because I'm wondering if those charges...
Okay, the question is, did she come to me after the indictment last week? No.
And as a follow-up, how is your client feeling after those 3 charges were brought against Holmes, even though he denies them?
How is she feeling after
The charges.
The lady, Thalia said how she was feeling. She said she's glad he's in jail, but it's just temporary relief. Why are you asking the question again? I need to be a reporter.
After the criminal charges
Yes.
were filed,
Yes.
and that he has been arraigned. Okay. You want to comment? No, we're not having your comment. I'm sorry. I would say overall it's been a very stressful and anxiety producing experience, and she's lived with all of it for many years, and is reliving it now. I think she did comment on how she felt about the criminal charges at the end of her statement, and I'm not going to ask her to answer any other questions. With all due respect, it's a fair question, but she's just not going to be answering questions today.
Gloria, can you tell us how your client came to meet Diddy?
How can I tell you how my client?
What time was this? Okay, now I'm a little lost. Was this press conference came out? No, because I knew about the complaint hours, but I didn't know about this until this evening. That the press conference had happened. It was 4 hours old by the time I heard about knew that it happened. The complaint came out this morning, and in the complaint they talked about how she met Diddy. I'm pretty sure I know I'm not crazy. I think she said it here as well, right? Didn't she say she met her? Or maybe because I read the article. Maybe I'm okay. Y'all let me know. Because I did read the article to y'all. So maybe I already knew from earlier, but I also read the article. Did she say it in this press conference, how they met? That it was through her ex-boyfriend who was an executive working for Diddy, and he claimed that he wanted her to. Did they say that in this press conference? Help me out. Okay, yes, thank you, Nasheri, I think it is. Thank you, friend. Why are you? Maybe they were texting. I wonder if it's one of these Gen Zers. Maybe they were texting on TikTok while at this press conference as a reporter, and they missed that part. Why are you asking the questions of things that have been stated in detail and read?
Met Diddy?
Met Diddy. I am not going to expand on those details at this press conference, but you know, any member of the public or press, you know, is of course permitted to see whatever is in the complaint that has been filed in the Southern District of New York.
Lori, has your client been in contact with any other victims?
Has my client been in contact with any other victims or alleged victims? I'm unable to comment on anyone with whom she has been in contact or who has contacted her, because those would be private conversations. So we will maintain the privacy of those conversations. For one thing, I don't know if whomever contacted her wanted their conversation to be confidential. So I can't comment on that. Thank you for the question.
Gloria.
Anything else?
Yes, Gloria, this tape, was it secretly made, or was your client aware that she was being taped during the alleged assault, and now it's found out that the tape is out there? Or did she never even know that she was being taped during the alleged assault?
I can't comment on the degree of consciousness or lack of consciousness or awareness of Thalia during the alleged rape and during the alleged video taping of the rape. I can say that she would never have consented to the videotaping and did not consent and did not authorize the videotaping, in the same way that she alleges that she would never have consented to be victimized in the way that she alleges that she was. And I think you could see today how upsetting it was for Thalia to have to learn and experience what she alleges that she did learn and experience from that horrific time.
Thalia, I'm sorry. Gloria, are you representing any other women that may also be suing?
Am I representing any other women?
Other than her? That are
In reference
specifically
to
him? Yeah. That are
or
suing
men,
specifically.
or men, in reference to Diddy. Yes.
So there's other.
Dun dun dun. She corrected. She was like, women or men, because I'm representing both. We are talking about Diddy.
There are other.
This is the first lawsuit that we have filed. And in answer to a question which you have not yet asked, but probably will, am I going to file other lawsuits? I just don't have any comment on that at this time.
I'm putting another poll question. Do y'all think she got more clients and she's gonna be filing more lawsuits? Put that poll
Any other
question.
questions?
So I
That
didn't,
will conclude.
I didn't hear you when I asked if she would be able to comment in Spanish if she speaks any Spanish.
No. The answer is no. She is not going to be doing any interviews in English, Spanish, or any other language.
But does she speak Spanish?
But thank you for asking.
Does she speak Spanish?
I don't know. Any other questions?
I just have one last question, Gloria.
Okay.
As far as the video
One
goes,
last question.
One
Go
last
ahead.
question. As far as the video goes, do you know, or does your client know, if there has been more than one copy or multiple people have a version of the video?
I'm not able to comment on whether we know if there is more than one copy of the video. If there is any witness who wishes to contact me confidentially to tell me that they know that someone else has a copy, or that they have seen it or been told that someone else saw it online, we would be happy to speak to that person. Is there any, I think that's all
Gloria,
the
just
question.
one more question. Just for our reporting purposes, is she a New York native?
Is she a New York
Native?
native? I can't.
Didn't she say earlier? Now they getting on my nerves, and I ain't even answering questions. Didn't she say earlier she wasn't gonna answer no questions on Thalia's background? Didn't she say that? So in order for her to say where she lived or resided or grew up, that's giving background. Quit asking. Lord Jesus. I guess they're supposed to keep trying, right? Those who are real reporter be like, but you're supposed to keep asking, and hopefully they'll answer the question.
At this time, if she is a New York native, she does not reside in New York at this time. Okay, thank you so much for coming, and we're going to hand out copies of our statements.
Trying to see if they're gonna do an awkward photo op. No, okay. All right. Oh, let me stop it over here and take this down. So that was Gloria Allred in her press conference with Thalia, and we'll see what happens from here. Diddy's juggling quite a bit from what we can tell with these cases, and I don't believe that this is the last one we'll be seeing. I kind of think that we're getting ready for another round of a lot of lawsuits. Poll question I'm closing out. Do you think that Gloria Allred will be filing more lawsuits against Diddy? 100% of y'all say, well, out of the 29 of you who voted on YouTube said 100% of you are saying yes, she will definitely be filing more lawsuits against Diddy. Also, thank you to the 87% of you who've liked the video thus far. If you haven't as of yet, please hit that like button, and also share this video and subscribe if you are new. And then we're going to move into the articles on, an article on the Bodyguard. Because I'm sure, like some of you, I was very curious, like, who is this dude? Who is the Bodyguard? Hold on. Now this thing. Uh-oh. Did I freeze? Oh, no. Oh, come on. Okay, am I back? Am I back? My computer's acting up. Lord Jesus. My computer, we traveled, we was on vacation, and now it didn't want to come back. I came back a day too early for it. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me see if I could fix anything to make it better. Do I have too many? What I got going on? Oh, this ain't good. Hold on. Yes, the actual computer. Give me a second. Bear with me. Hopefully we can recover this and not lose the whole live. Are y'all? Oh. Okay, I guess y'all can see. It's freezing on my side, but I think y'all not as bad as me. Now, the problem is I need to try to get this article to show up, which I can't. Hold on. Let me see if I can. My computer's freezing. No, y'all. I might have to end this live, and we have to finish this in the morning. Yeah, my computer's freezing. All right, y'all. I'm gonna end it here, unfortunately, and I'll be back in the morning. I gotta do some things with my computer to make sure we're in better shape. But in the morning, we will come back and we will wait. Maybe we're good. Maybe we're good. Are we good? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna try it. Nope, it froze again. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the like button and join us tomorrow. I'll do a midday live, and we'll come back and we'll do more of a deep dive on the Bodyguard, but also we'll do some of the stuff that I saw on social media in regards to Diddy, some of the viral clips, the memes, etc. And I see some of y'all saying it's good on your end. The problem is my computer is freezing, so I can't even operate it. So on my end, everything is glitching. And so with that, until next time, until I upload the next video, make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.